Roblox is a platform that has made a very infamous name for itself, and rightfully so. The company has some of the most heinous and creepy people within not only its community, but also within its development teams. It's notorious for being one of the biggest platforms for unsupervised children to be taken advantage of. It's basically a glorified way for Discord mods to live out their fantasies that are pretty much just illegal, illicit content. And recently, they have made an announcement that confused just about everyone and made everyone visibly go, well, why the fuck would you do that? They are launching a dating platform onto Roblox. No one knows. It's the worst move they could have possibly made for a business that revolves around children, but that's not stopping them. It makes literally no sense for their shareholders to have something like this in the game, but it makes all the sense when you look into anything dealing with Roblox and its history and the people it decides to keep around. It is no secret that this platform is just a groomer's paradise. Its core audience is children. As a matter of fact, 69% of its audience are, well, below the age of 16. There has been a history, an extended history, of Roblox doing absolutely nothing against groomers, and even sometimes going out of their way to silence people when they talk about this type of shit. Almost a year ago now, there was actually a recorded incident of Roblox doing this exact thing to a YouTube channel called People Make Games, where they released one video on Roblox trying to expose some allegations, and then Roblox threatened them, and so they doubled down and did a bigger video because Roblox actually can't do anything. So YouTubers, talk more about this because Roblox is straight up evil. It's also notorious for basically being a child labor camp, as some developers on Roblox will actually just straight up hire kids. On top of the literal gambling being like a core of its marketplace, and a speculative market that resembles NFTs to a T, there are a plethora of problems within this game that should not be there, but they are, and that's aside from all the copious amounts of cupcake enjoyers that are in this game. So like I said, Roblox is creating a platform for dating inside of Roblox for some reason.
Is there anyone in the world that thinks this is a good idea?
And this is an awful idea. I don't think I'm the only one to say this, but no, this is a platform for children. Why do they need a dating site on it? I don't even understand how this can be allowed in a kid's game. It doesn't make any sense. Like, it feels like it's breaking a law. On top of that, it's also 17 plus and up instead of 18? What the fuck do you mean by that? That's creepy as shit. And it's clear they know what they're doing. I mean, like I said, 69% of their audience is children under the age of 16. Most of their money is being made by those people. So why are they releasing a dating platform onto a kids game? It feels like there are some darker undertones I think you'll see later down the line through this video, because kids will find a way to get into this, by the way. I mean, it's happened continuously over and over, so I doubt that there's going to be safety measures put in place when kids finally do get into this. Their excuse, of course, is that they're trying to be the all-in-one metaverse, you know? They're trying to have AI integration, they're having businesses run through Roblox, they're having schools and high technology. But none of that has to do with the dating site, and I really don't understand what the fuck they're thinking. But that's not all, because you want to know what makes even less sense for their shareholders? Child labor. This is where shit gets even weirder, because Roblox has one of the worst track records in history of how they treat kids. Let me break down how the Roblox economy works first, and then we'll go into the child labor aspect of this. In Roblox, anyone can create a game, and they also get paid doing so through Roblox, depending on microtransactions, how many people play their game, so on and so forth. Robux is the in-game currency for Roblox, obviously. But a neat little thing you can do with Robux, you can trade it out for real-world money. Now, because Roblox isn't directly involved with any of the development teams or games being created on their platform, a lot of wacky and not so good shit takes place within these development teams. These are usually indie developers. They don't actually have like companies or anything because they don't really need to, meaning that that workplace environments can be a little weird. On top of that, Roblox also promotes to children that they can make money. This has caused an influx of very young kids who want to become game developers basically come into an unrestricted job market. This ends up leading to child labor simply because a lot of these game developers will just hire kids because it's cheaper. On top of that, it is a very known rule in the Roblox development space that you cannot speak out against anything, including harsh, unfair, or downright fucking illegal treatment.
Frankly, there's like a culture in Roblox against speaking out. It's just like reputation and like job security in the future, because like in Roblox, if you have a bad reputation with the community, you're gonna have a harder time getting job offers or even offering people jobs.
And this is because if you do, you basically get blacklisted from every single Roblox development circle. And good luck trying to get a career from that. This unofficial rule obviously leads to an exuberant abuse of power and has been the cause of just straight up pedophiles coming in to the development space and treating kids as worse as possible. And getting away with it too. Roblox will not do anything about this, by the way. If it becomes so much of a big issue, they'll just ban your account, but they won't ban any of the alt accounts that you have. And if you were a good game developer for them, they really won't care. They won't take away your game development status. The most notorious case of this was a dude that went by the name of Dr. O'Fatnik, which of course it's a fucking Sonic fan, of course. Why wouldn't it be? This was a 24-year-old developer who was knowingly talking to a 14-year-old girl within his development space about illicit and very illegal things that you should not be talking to minors about. He used his power over basically what was her job to sext her and send inappropriate messages.
He had mentioned his Roblox fan game, and I was like, hey, I like Roblox too. He was making a Roblox Sonic fan game, two things that had caught my interest at the time. So I asked him about it. Next thing I know, I get like 5 pings, and he sends me a bunch of gifs of it. He's sending me progress of it already. He was the one who started taking the inappropriate jokes into DMs first. He kept encouraging it, saying that it was okay to make these jokes. It's not illegal, it's not breaking any laws, even though it was literally sexting. It got to ERP level at one point.
This flirtation continued for a few months, but Sarah made friends within these games' communities, and so hung around for years, with Doc continuing to act controllingly and inappropriately. It wasn't until 2020 that Sarah's friends were able to convince her that this behavior was not okay.
Which, this was not the first time he was accused of something like this, but because of that unofficial rule, a lot of the people who talked out about it got shit on and couldn't work in development spaces anymore on Roblox, which led to a lot of his victims just straight up never coming out. He tried to defend himself through this by saying it's all false accusations, they're trying to take him out, the competition trying to take him out of the gaming space so that way they can get all the Robux or something like that. How did Roblox respond to this? Well, they banned his account after about like 7 months of outcries of all this evidence, and then they didn't do anything else. Actually, no, that's a lie. My bad. They did do more, but not to him. As a matter of fact, if you try and bring this up, Roblox themselves will try and take you down. They will actively threaten you and make it seem like you're about to be in the worst legal case imaginable. The guy still makes games on Roblox. That was never taken away from him because they didn't ban any of his known alt accounts. Yes, Roblox does know about his alt account. He transferred over almost all of the ownership of his games to these alt accounts. There's no way for them to not know about it. And the victims? They didn't get shit. Their voice was basically only heard by people make games when they did the interviews with them. So the fact that Roblox is censoring people when they talk about this only leads to the victims being hurt even more. And Roblox will do anything in their power to not take blame for these situations because it's just it's actually better for them to try and censor people so that way they can control the narrative and become a bigger platform within the metaverse. And the way that they can avoid taking any responsibility is actually super simple. It's because most of what happens when abuse is taking place, it's all taking place off platform. Simply the fact that Roblox doesn't have like group chats or anything like that, so most of these development spaces are hosted on Discord, but they're all taking place in Roblox Discord dealing with Roblox development. So how is that not your issue? That's like me saying, yeah, I committed a bunch of war crimes, killed a bunch of kids, but it was in Papua New Guinea, so it doesn't matter because I'm here in America. And they do this intentionally. intentionally, by the way. Everything from the development side of Roblox, like I said, is all done on third-party websites or apps. And that's because they don't want to deal with this shit. So they don't have anything built into their website to have like chats and stuff between development teams, which gives them the ability to just say labor laws, well, they're not being broken on our site, so not our problem. Yeah, it's all on Discord, bro, so what do you expect us to do about it? Like, you really don't need to look far to find thousands of reports and cases and incidences of Roblox developers being losers, creeps, and pedos. Which is scary as shit to think about, because that means that there's probably millions more. And the only reason we haven't heard about them is because they're too afraid to speak out. On top of everything that I have already covered through this, because of the fact that Robux can be traded out for actual money, there has been a rampant predator problem due to that fact. This is outside of the development cycle and everything. This is an entirely different avenue for predators to get a hold of kids. There have been multiple cases of predators sending Robux to children to get their hands on illicit content. Since most of all communication happens off platform for some reason where Roblox themselves cannot moderate any of it, they can't do anything about it, and they won't do anything about it, which is, again, intentional, because they don't have to take the blame for it when it does happen, which is all that happens on Roblox. It creates an awful feedback loop of breaking child protection laws in almost every conceivable way that they fucking can for a buck. And it's still being legal for them to do so because they have a bunch of loopholes. All of this becomes even worse when you take into account the gambling aspect of Roblox, which this is where Roblox is actively profiting off of pedophiles. As we all know, kids don't know how to use money. You give them $20, it is immediately in a Fortnite skin, which makes what we are about to talk about even more egregious. Roblox, on top of having Robux be a currency that can be traded out for actual US dollars, has a stock market slash gambling site basically built in, where you can spend your hard-earned Robux on a tablet that costs, when you convert Robux to US dollars, over $600,000 fucking dollars, in which every single transaction that happens on the marketplace, Roblox takes a 30% cut, meaning that they are actively profiting off of child labor, child abuse, sexual abuse towards children, and various other egregious acts that are directly harming kids. Like I said at the beginning of this video, Roblox has a demographic of mainly children. 69% of all players on Roblox are under the age of 16. 25% of that being under the age of 9 or directly at 9. 29% of that being under the age of 13. These are kids that would easily not give a shit about taking pictures of themselves and sending them to strangers on Discord so that way they can get their hands on the Roblox Gucci bag. And you now have a system where Roblox is directly profiting off of pedophiles coming into what are called condo servers, where they can meet with kids, give them Robux so they can get their hands on illicit material while the kids can buy shit off of the marketplace, on top of profiting from child labor, because when these kids get paid through Robux, they will use it on Roblox because they don't understand that this has actual monetary value. Now, some of these kids do understand that it actually has monetary value, obviously. Some of them do cash out, some of them don't. But the vast majority of them will just throw it back into this marketplace. This basically creates an infinite profit loop for the company, so why even shut it down? It's technically not illegal because gambling works in a very specific way. There are rules to it, and it's the reason why CSGO unboxings are technically legal for kids to do, even though it is considered a form of gambling. Same reason why gacha games are so fucking popular and still legal for kids to play, because technically the collectibles that you get in those games have no monetary value, but because you are speculating on them, the value is whatever you bought it for. But Robux doesn't count because it's not in US dollars and it can be swapped out for whatever. That is the issue at hand. Roblox is directly profiting off of child labor, pedophiles, child abuse, and literally every other bad thing in the book. And they know this. They understand what they are doing, which is why they don't want to take responsibility for it and will try and silence anyone who talks about it. This is honestly probably how EDP keeps meeting his fucking victims. Look, play the game or not, it doesn't really matter. Just don't buy anything from them because they are evil. Like, this is straight up evil. I never thought in a million years I would have to make a video on Roblox because I thought, oh, funny little kid game, until I started doing research after this whole dating fiasco thing happened. So yeah, it's fun that they're trying to also implement school systems inside of Roblox as well. And fun that they won't back down from any of this and they refuse to put a chat system or a group chat system within their game, even though that would probably mitigate a lot of the problems this game has with predators and stuff, because they would be able to moderate it way easier. But no, let's just create a feedback loop where we can make money off of kids being harmed, because that's good. I just thought this was fucking atrocious. I thought Nintendo was the worst, honestly. I thought they were the worst game company, but no, Roblox blows them out of the fucking water. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I don't know. This one was crazy. I did not expect to have this amount of shit be in Roblox, but here we are. Anyways, if you liked the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you disliked it, well, you hurt me, but it's okay. I still love you. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Only like 2% of the people that watch my videos are actually subscribed to me, so you guys should do that. And while you're at it, why don't you go ahead and hit that bell notification so that way you can never miss out on a video of mine, because we all know how much you love Void the Warlock content. Shout out to the one and only silly goose, Harley. He has ascended beyond humanity, and he is currently floating in space, doing whatever he wants, really. He's become Dr. Manhattan, basically, which you can do too for only $5 a month. You get the best type of perks ever. No YouTuber has ever done this before, except for me. I'm the only one. If you become a silly goose, you get exclusive badges, exclusive emotes, exclusive posts on my post thing, exclusive streams and videos when I do those, and of course, you get to shoot lasers out of your eyes, and you get to create planets from the fucking just ether, okay? So, I mean, why not become a silly goose? It's only profitable. And if you haven't seen my last video, go ahead and check it out. I thought it was pretty good, so